And we're off. Good morning, welcome to Hobbiton. How's everyone feeling on this fine Saturday morning?
Great. Just fine.
Are you sure about that? Yeah, nice. My name's Matt, I'm going to be your guide for today. Sitting to my right, I've got the lovely Marie driving us. Everyone say hi, Marie.
Hi.
Excellent. Marie's very important to us here at Hobbiton, so we've got to be extra nice to her today. Now we do have about a 10-minute drive down to the movie set, so I've got a short video to play for you with a few words from Sir Peter Jackson. Do we know who that is?
Yep.
Yes.
Good, I hope so. Also got a few words from our big boss, Russell Alexander. Do we know who that is?
No.
No, I don't expect you to know that one, don't worry. You're about to find out though, so sit back and enjoy the video.
Oh.
Hello, I just wanted to welcome you on your journey to Hobbiton. I'm very, very pleased that you're able to take the time to go visit our set. It's great when you're making a movie, everything's so temporary. The film survives, but the sets and the costumes and the props that you make, that they all just get thrown away. And so I'm delighted that Hobbiton has managed to survive, and I'm really pleased that you're taking the time to visit it, and I hope that you enjoy yourself. It's been years ago that we were flying around in a helicopter and found the Alexander farm from the air, and it, for some reason from the air it looked right, and when we landed it was absolutely perfect, as I'm sure you'll see for yourselves. So thank you very much to the Alexander family for their brilliant support over the years, and especially to Russell, who has been the greatest business partner to have, and as you'll see yourself, doing a fantastic job, making you very well. So thank you and enjoy yourselves.
From the entire Alexander family and everyone here on set, we're thrilled to have you. The tour starts with a journey through our 1,250-acre working sheep and beef farm. It's these rolling green hills that attracted the location scouts way back in 1998. After the completion of filming The Lord of the Rings in 2000, the set was torn down and Hobbiton was left a little more than a sheep paddock. So when Peter and his team returned for The Hobbit, we seized the opportunity to partner up and rebuild the set permanently. And it's been growing ever since.
Alexander farm, and as you have a look around you'll be able to see why they chose this area for the Hobbiton scenes in the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies. We've got the lovely rolling hills around us, the trees scattered around the place too, and you might have noticed off in the distance out to the right behind these hills here we have the beautiful Kaimai ranges. Now something quite special about this farm is actually this road that we're driving on right now, as it was built by the New Zealand Army for the movies. So it's a training exercise for our army engineers. They got to build this road, and as a very special thank you to them for building this road, they got to play the Orcs and the Uruk-hai in the second Lord of the Rings movie at the Battle of Helm's Deep. So all of those Orcs running around, that's our soldiers, very, very hard work. Now, as we head up this hill in front of us, I've got two things to point out to you. One very exciting, one not so exciting. So I'll start with that one. If we look out to the left, we'll see a fence right next to us. And this is actually the boundary line of the Alexander farm. So that's how close the neighbours were to having Hobbiton on their property instead. But more exciting than this fence, if we look out this way to the right, filming of the movies, this was known as technical car park. So that's where all the cameras, the lighting and the sound equipment was stored. So a very, very important part of the movie set. Now on our left, we've got this grassy patch here with all these sheep in it. This was known as Animal Kingdom. So this is where all our animal actors got to live during the filming of the movies. Now actually on this farm we have up to 13,000 sheep living here. None of our sheep made it to any of the movies. So we actually got special actor sheep to come in and fill all of those roles that you see in the movies. But this field out to the left of us over here, this was known as base camp. So this is where we stored all the human actors during the filming of the movies. So they'd have their trailers set up here, they'd get their makeup, their wardrobe and their prosthetics all done in this area over here, as well as having two large food marquees where everyone got 3 meals a day. So no one went hungry here at Hobbiton. And as we make our way down this hill over here, if we look out to the left one more time, you'll see a nice big hill with some trees on it, and that gap that you see in the trees, that is known as Hobbs Cutting. That is where we first meet Gandalf in the first Lord of the Rings movie as he makes his way on his wagon down towards Hobbiton. And of course he picks up his good friend Frodo Baggins while he's running into that book underneath the tree. But that scene will play for you very, very shortly on the screen up the front, so enjoy. Now as you head through the gates, if you follow the path to the right, you'll find yourself an umbrella bay. Now it does get quite hot out there on the movie set and there's not much shade, so if you would like some shade, I'd recommend you grab yourself an umbrella, but they are quite large, so if you do take one, please keep them 1 per 2 people. And we also have a rubbish bin over there for any rubbish that you might have Now, we will be taking the same bus back, but there will be other people on the bus in between us getting off here and getting back on at the end. So make sure you bring everything off the bus with you. But say thank you to Marie on your way off, and I'll see you underneath that Hobbiton side.
Oh, this is pretty cool.
California, nice. Lemonade, really nice. You are in the wrong place. You need to come and find me pretty quickly. Now, since it is a fully guided tour today, I'm going to be stopping at different locations around the movie set, and I'm going to be talking about things. So if you'd like to listen, that is wonderful. Come up nice and close and listen. But if you would rather take photos while I'm talking, that's fine as well. I promise I'm not going to be offended, okay? You can do that. Just if you are going to be doing that, keep one thing in mind, and that is to please stay with the group. Okay? And that's because if you spend too long at one place taking photos, you're going to miss out on your opportunities at the next stop, and the next stop, and the next stop. So do make sure you stay with the group as we move around today. Now, our number one most important rule of the day, I want everyone to remember this one, is to please stay off the grass. If you're on the grass right now, that's okay, you didn't know, now you do. Please make your way out gates, all of these kinds of things, please don't open them, okay? So if it needs to be open today, I will open it for us. Otherwise, please leave it closed. Okay, and last couple of things, please no smoking and no vaping down on the movie set. So again, in about an hour and a half, you'll get the chance to get all of that out of your system if you need to. And last thing, please no drones and no houses here in Hobbiton. So up the top, these ones are built at 90% human scale, and then down the bottom, these two over here, they're built at 60% human scale. Okay, and the reason that we do this is for a film technique called forced perspective. Okay, and what forced perspective does is it tricks the viewer into seeing something that's not actually there. So what we do out the front of these houses up here, the 90% scale ones, we get our Hobbit actors that are humans in real life, we put them out at the front of these houses, they'd walk inside, and everything looks normal at that stage. Then we come to these smaller houses down here, we put our actors that are meant to be much bigger than a Hobbit. So someone like Gandalf, we put him in front of these houses, and it gives you that illusion that everything in Hobbiton is really, really small. Okay, and there's actually a few other ways that we see forced perspective in the movie. So one of those ways is that wagon that Gandalf is riding through Hobbiton. Okay, so he's got Frodo sitting next to him, but Frodo's actually sitting 3 meters behind him on that wagon. So it's a custom built wagon, so when you're looking straight on, Frodo looks really small and Gandalf looks really tall. not much. We've got the beehives down on the table there. We've got the jars of honey down. Do we think that honey is real or not real?
Not real.
Not real. Some real, some not real. Hands up for real. Yeah, hands up for not real. Okay, it's about 50-50. The honey is actually real. Okay, and we can do that because honey doesn't spoil. We can leave it out.
I don't think we should really do Connor. Oh no, she can't. We have to pull around. No, she'll believe it. It's funny. And then she'll forget that you told her it was a joke, so she'll tell everybody that that's like what you're doing. Real test for life. He's gonna call her and be like, oh, you're never gonna believe
Very nice.
Find you about what the movie you saw and think wild.
Okay, because we're up here, we're at Baggin. Now, as you come up and you look inside, it actually looks like it's fully decorated on the inside, this house. I can promise you that it is not. Okay, so this house on the inside looks just like that house we were in down there. This one goes a little bit deeper and a little further to the side. So all of the interior scenes for the movies, they were filmed down in the movie studios in Wellington. So only the exterior scenes, only the outside ones, they were filmed here at Hobbiton. Now you might remember on the bus, Russell Alexander, in that video, he mentions that after they filmed the Lord of the Rings movies, everything was torn down. Okay, so nothing was left here. If you did the tour back then, because our first tour ran in 2002, you'd just be coming up looking at holes in the hills. Okay, it wasn't very exciting. So when they came back to film the Hobbit movies, they asked the Alexanders, can we use your farm again for Hobbiton? And they said yes, of course. Just please build it permanently this time. So that's why we get to enjoy all of this stuff out here today. Now there's actually one thing that was not torn down from the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, and it is these stone steps up here heading into Baggin. So if you're a big fan of the movies, that's very exciting. Okay, and if you're not a big fan of the movies, enjoy the stone steps, they're very cool, okay? But this is a nice place to take photos, so do take photos out the front of Baggin. Just make sure everyone gets a turn taking photos, okay? Because we've got a group of 40 of us.
That's cute. Thank you.
Well, I get money from that. Yeah. Yeah. So Russell Alexander, he does. Yeah, well, nice. your rock. Actually, are you from Brazil? Yeah. My tattoo artist is from Brazil. Yeah. Sometimes he'll speak Portuguese to me. I'm like, I've got no idea what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh, we're allowed to walk on the grass.
Yes, yeah.
Ah, cool.
Every single one of them.
For us in New Zealand, the coming of age would be 18. Some places might be 20 or 21, but in Hobbiton it is 33. Okay, so Frodo is becoming an adult in that party. Now you might remember in that party, you see Bilbo, he's standing in front of this big tree up here, and he's giving a speech to all of the hobbits. Now, there's a nice big cake right next to him, and it is unfortunately not a real cake, okay? But all the candles on that cake are real, but that cake is made of polystyrene, and how many of us know that polystyrene is flammable? Yes. And how many just found out polystyrene is flammable? Yeah, that's what they found out too while they were filming the movie. Because while he's giving that speech, that cake catches on fire. Now the take was actually so good, Peter Jackson decided to keep it in the movies. So the one that we see in the movies is actually a flaming cake next to him. Right? Now also, there's that scene where Merry and Pippin, they steal the fireworks from Gandalf's cart, they take it into that tent and they set it off by accident. Now you might remember in the last Lord of the Rings movie, Sam's walking up this path and his daughter runs out to greet him. Now the girl that plays his daughter in the movies is actually his daughter in real life, so it's actually quite a wholesome scene. And then Rosie Cotton, she comes out of that door holding a baby. That's also her daughter in real life. Okay, so Peter Jackson, he encouraged the cast to use their family in the filming, and he of course as well used his own daughter in the filming too, so she made it into all 3 Lord of the Rings movies as well. And very famously, Peter Jackson made it into all of the Lord of the Rings movies as well. Now Sam's house, very exciting, very cool. Not the exciting thing that I was talking about though. That's a little further down this way, so come on. In front of you guys, and it's these 2 Hobbit houses here. Yeah. So what's actually exciting about these houses is we get to go inside and see how the hobbits live their lives. Okay, so it is authentic Hobbit house in here. Now, the insides of these houses were not used in any of the movies, so you don't see the insides of these houses in any movies at all. Okay, that's because they were only finished being built in December of 2023, so they're only just 1 year old. But the people that designed the interior scenes for the movies helped us design the insides of these houses, so it is the real deal in there. And now there's lots of props, lots of decorations. What do you think you're going to say about those? You'd think so, but I'm going to say you can touch, okay? So everything in there, you can touch it, except for one thing, and that is the fire in the fireplace, because it is real and it will burn you, okay? So please don't touch the fire in the fireplace. Now, some things in there are glued down. If it is glued down, please don't rip it off the shelves. I'd really appreciate that. We also have real Hobbit furniture in there, so you're allowed to sit down, you're allowed to lie down, that is fine. Just if you are going to be doing that, keep one thing in mind. That is your shoes. Well, you don't have to take them off, just keep them off the furniture, okay? So we know how hobbits feel about shoes, right?
That's so cool. Wow.
Not too much fun, though. Oh, and it's fully air conditioned in there too. Oh, nice.
Oh, shoot. Oh, wow, it's nice and cool in here.
Yeah, nice, isn't it? Stay here.
Wow.
Alright, here that one. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you gotta control your flash. It's nice having 3 because yeah, see you around. Alright. If you have been wondering, have a look down there.
Nice.
Most important to the room.
The kitchen. Boys want some pie?
Big kitchen. It's like the biggest.
They like eating.
Yeah.
Did you get video? Previous video?
Yeah, you don't have to leave just yet, but you can if you would like. We still have about 5 minutes. Yeah. Or you can hang it out here.
Didn't bang my head at all.
Nice, nice. That's a win in my books.
Yeah.
Very good. All good. Yes, we do still have about 5 minutes. So, yeah, so we've got 4 different drinks available, all of them brewed especially for us.
Yeah. Everything's so small. Everybody makes something.
There's your one. There's the ginger beer for you.
Oh, apple cider, bro.
Cider,
Yeah.
nice. Great day. There you go.
Oh, cheers, man. Thank
Enjoy
you.
it. Cool.
Oh, nice and cold too.
Do you have a cider?
Oh, that's fine.
You look good. Thank you.
Alright, and since we're all here nice and on time, I get to share with you another story, okay? So if you remember up the top, I mentioned it, they tore everything down after they finished filming the Lord of the Rings movies. They didn't actually tear down the Green Dragon in, so what they did instead, they put a whole lot of glue on the roof and they set it on fire. Okay, so you might remember in the Lord of the Rings movies when Frodo meets Galadriel, she shows him what would happen if he doesn't take the ring to Mordor, and he sees the Shire burning. So that is this building over here that is on fire, and all of those orcs that are running around, that's the local fire brigade.
It did.
We
look
never
like,
pulled one out of the water. So
Yeah, no, they did look like browns, but
Because that'll give you enough drag. You just need to look. What's probably happening is it's
we took our pack rafts down from the dam and fished. And then we were like spinning around like couldn't get the big deal. I've gotten better since then, but
and you guys made it through grandma's okay and back. So you could like online. Yeah, grandma's really got thrown up on the side.
Cheers, bro.
The beta stack is ridiculous. I don't know what it is. But if you go in April to the beta stack, and then if you spin by that's going to be your only sketch section.
Here I must leave you. Welcome back. Well, I hope that you enjoyed yourselves, and I just wanted to thank you again for coming along and experiencing Hobbiton. Very, very proud of that. It's a special, magical place. I'm sure you'll agree down here at the bottom as well. So please sit back and enjoy your ride, and we'll get into a few Hobbit clips. shall we?
But these sections, they still chill and like, it doesn't get fish. It's not gonna land. Yeah, this whole section is good. And like, yeah, so you have to tune.
Very much for coming out today. I hope you enjoyed yourselves down there on the movie set. If you are staying in New Zealand for a bit longer, enjoy the rest of your time here. Remember to stay left while driving, and if you are heading back home, have safe travels home. But once again, thank you very much for coming out and enjoy the rest of your holidays.
The Green River is one of my favorite rivers. Let's do.
Thank you.
Thank you, have a good day.
So, lovely, lovely, thank you.
Hey guys, I just want to do a quick review of my experience with the Hobbiton tour. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. It's my first time doing it, and I would probably do it again. At the time of this recording, the cost of doing that tour was around 120 New Zealand dollars, which is pretty reasonable. After I was doing the tour, I wish I did the other one where we have a dinner there at the Dragon Inn, but never mind, I'll probably do it again when I go and see the Hobbiton tour. But wow, the whole experience was just unbelievable. I mean, the people there, I would say, as soon as you go in, the people are very friendly, very helpful, and so many tourists. I mean, you gotta like book your tickets in advance to get there. But man, out of 10, I'll give it a 10 anyway. I thought it was just one of those experiences that you have to be there to actually do it. One of the cool things about that whole tour was learning some of the facts behind the movies, like in Hobbiton or the Lord of the Rings. I thought that was pretty cool. And some of the props and sets and how they sort of put it all together, I thought that was really neat. I thought the tour guide was really cool too, because he was very knowledgeable. He is a part-timer at Waikato University. I was just speaking to him before, and he was saying that he would have to take a 90-page pamphlet or a book or something like that, and he had to go through every single one about the Hobbiton movies and the Lord of the Rings movie, and how it all sort of relates within the tour. But every experience will be different, because every tour guide will probably do things differently on how they sort of share those particular facts. But I thought that was a real cool moment right there. The other thing too was the scenery was just absolutely blew me away. I mean, it's in pristine condition. The grass, the whole garden area. I thought it was just absolutely amazing. Also one other really nice touch was having a beer at the Dragon Inn. I thought that was really cool. You know, I've seen some of that stuff on the movie, and I thought, wow, this is just amazing. Words cannot explain it. Would I recommend you to do the tour? Yeah, for sure. I thought that was one of those tourist attractions that you should actually do. I thought it was just absolutely amazing. Well, anyway, I hope this small review sort of helps you get an understanding of what you would experience when you go and do the Hobbiton tour. But if you do, I hope you do enjoy it. But anyway, that's me. See you at the next video. Cheers.